trailers can get us excited for movies, even though trailers are just corporately produced pieces of manipulation meant to trick us into giving them our money. Still, I love trailers. And trailers can get us quite excited for movies. And one of the movies that got me really kind of pumped were the trailers for Mortal Kombat. Because in that trailer, a man sliced open another man, instantly froze the blood that came out of that man, and then stabbed that man again with his own frozen blood.
Oh my God.
It is one of the greatest things I have ever seen in a trailer, ever. Unfortunately, I did not think the movie was very good. The movie was a missed opportunity. To my surprise, they announced that they were going to do a sequel. I mean, listen, I'd rather a sequel to that than to the Snake Eyes one they did, because that was really terrible. But they announced that they're going to do a sequel, and everything's been moving. We've been talking about the sequel a little bit lately. Well, now, I think the most significant announcement, or at least report, has now come out about Mortal Kombat 2, and that is this. Karl Urban. Apparently, this has been the question ever since the end of the first one. Who's going to play Johnny Cage? That's the world wanted to know more than who's going to be the next Bond. Who's going to be the next Batman? Who's going to be Mr. Fantastic? Nothing compared to who's going to be Johnny Cage. Everybody wanted to know, and apparently it's going to be Karl Urban. This comes just from the folks over at Screen Rant who wrote, with production set to begin this summer, Mortal Kombat 2 has reportedly found its Johnny Cage with the boy star Karl Urban. The upcoming film will act as a sequel to the 2021 reboot adaptation of the beloved fighting video game series, picking up from the cliffhanger in which the heroes of Earthrealm must regroup for the next fight against Sorcerer Shang Tsung and his evil forces from Outworld. Scoring better reviews than the original, Mortal Kombat was a modest box office success and an HBO Max hit, with a sequel confirmed in January of 2022. So there we go. We got Karl Urban coming in on the way. Listen, the original Mortal Kombat to me is a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie, but I love it.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it unapologetically. I love it. Even with Christopher Lambert as Raiden. I don't care. That's his laugh. That's how Christopher laughs.
Wait. Let me ask you something, John.
Yes.
If that movie didn't have the music at all, let's say they could would it still be one of
the original?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because seriously, when you're talking about not score, but soundtrack,
Yeah.
that's in a top 3 for me favorite soundtracks of all time.
Absolutely.
I still listen to Du Hast. I still listen to a lot of like Juke Joint Jezebel. Like that soundtrack of the original Mortal Kombat is one of the greatest soundtracks to any movie ever. So I don't know how much I would still love it if it wasn't for that soundtrack.
It goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah, it does kind of go hand in hand. But I mean, the addition of Karl Urban, look, there are a couple of guys and women in this business that you look at and you think, how are they not like major A-listers in this business? Karl Urban is one of those for me. But listen, Karl Urban, at the end of the day, has kind of quietly amassed a really envious resume. I mean, just look at a couple of these highlights for him. Of course, he's in one of the best shows on television in The Boys, playing the role that I actually think he was born to play, which is Billy Butcher. And then he's got range. Who would think that the guy who's playing Billy Butcher will play Dr. McCoy, Bones in Star Trek? Yet he's great in it. He, of course, has got his Lord of the Rings character. A lot of people forget, not only was he Julius Caesar in Xena Warrior Princess, but he had the distinct honor of playing 2 characters in the Xena Hercules universe. He was Julius Caesar and he was Cupid. He was Cupid. Go look up pictures of him as Cupid. He was in the MCU in Thor Ragnarok. He was amazing in Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah.
And on and on and on. He even had this 1-season show a couple of years ago. It only lasted 1 season, got canceled. It's too bad that it couldn't find an audience. It was pretty good. I think it was called Almost Human, where he played like a futuristic cop where he gets partnered with an android who is... whatever. There he is as Cupid. Karl Urban as Cupid. But I love this dude. And if he's joining Mortal Kombat, look, him joining it doesn't make the script any better. But even if he's just given some slick one-liners, it'll probably up my enjoyment of the movie. Anyway, Chris, you hear about Karl Urban joining Mortal Kombat 2. What do you think?
I mean, okay, I love Karl Urban, and I think he's wonderful in everything that he does. But I'm with a lot of fans on Johnny Cage is just the Miz. And I would love to see The Miz in this, if I'm being completely honest. Because these movies are ridiculous. And it's basically just his persona for WWE. So I think that would have been a cool kind of fit there. But Karl Urban's wonderful. I feel like he would have been better as, who's the cyborgy one? Kano?
But they had him in the first one already.
Yeah, he's already in there, I know. But he would have been great in that kind of role, I feel. Do we know what the plot is for Mortal Kombat?
Does it matter?
Really important.
I don't think
let me ask this.
Listen, I don't think the producers asked that question.
Well,
I'll do you one better. Does anybody
Netherrealm?
know the plot of the first one,
That's
even
a very
after
great
watching
point.
it?
Something about being a descendant.
Yeah, blah, blah, new guy.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, too, if we do Netherrealm things, or I'm just wondering if it's still more cage matches and things. What is this movie going to be? Anyway, Karl Urban's great. He'll do a great job with whatever he's given.
In the Mortal Kombat universe, this was probably one of the most important casting that this movie was going to get. Like, I mean, Johnny Cage is one of like the main characters that.
Well, and didn't the first one end with like a camera panning over and you see a big poster?
Yeah.
It was just the word Johnny Cage on the poster.
Right,
and the audience got more excited at that we saw it than anything else in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, I would have loved to see Glenn Powell take Johnny Cage role.
Glenn Powell
I
could
thought
have
he
been
would
good.
have been that would have been my pick, but I think his price tag is a little higher than this movie.
But you're right too. The Miz. I mean, when you think about it, the Miz is Johnny
but
Cage.
it would be really hard for me. As much as I can't take the movie seriously, it would be go into like extreme, like just
Yeah.
Miz with it. Nothing against Miz, but I would not take the movie.
But we had to buy into, we had to buy into The Rock. We had to buy into Cena and all these others. We had to buy into Bautista. So
Okay.
Don't forget, the Miz was in The Marine. That was what? That was it? Right? Or The Marine 6?
Is that
or
what
something
it is?
like that. Something from WWE films. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, Karl Urban, Billy Butcher, is going to be Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. What did you think about the first one? Do you care at all about the second one? If not, does him joining it raise your anticipation at all? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's show, HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. When the spring sunshine is calling your name, don't call for takeout. Get HelloFresh instead. Their quick and easy meals make feeding the family and yourself a cinch, and without the high price tag. Their new fast and fresh options are ready in just 15 minutes or less. And guys, don't worry about it if you're not exactly a pro in the kitchen. HelloFresh's foolproof recipes arrive pre-portioned and easy to prepare in just a few steps. You guys know Ann and I have been using HelloFresh for a long time now, and we absolutely love it. Both of us being working professionals, it's often difficult for us to find time to make dinner together. But with HelloFresh, it's easy, it's fun, and it's absolutely delicious. So go to HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use the code Campea16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea16 using the promo code for 16 free meals plus free shipping. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.